Hello, this is Paul. Well, welcome to part 4 for this lesson of number 6. We're going to be talking about the search engine, being able to find files that we don't remember where we save them on our computer, and be able to get to them very easily and be able to open them and work with them. But in the meantime, I'd like to talk a little bit how files are stored on the computer and what the metric system, how it has anything to do with it. As you know, we have a metric system around the world that is more popular than the system that we use here in the United States. Now, the way files are stored on the computer, it has a very limited language. It is either 1 or 0. These 1s and 0s reflect on or off, yes or no. That's all it is. Our computers has a 2-word, you might say, vocabulary. It's either on or off. Now, 1 bit is one location of information that spot is on or off. Now, this is only the start of what information is stored on, because by itself it means nothing. When it's combined with 7 other bits, a total of 8 will give us 1 character. Now, with that system of 8 characters, it will identify all the letters of the alphabet, upper and lower, the activities of the enter key on the keyboard, what it's supposed to do, as well as a lot of extended characters. Now, these are all stored on the hard drive to reflect what we want to say. Now, there is another set of 8 that goes along with it, which it is a 16-bit code. In this 16-bit code, you will realize that the computer will make use of certain graphics to be able to see things that we see on our screen and take advantage of. It will give us the ability to see the this very screen that we're looking at, how it's laid out, and also the colors of different slides and pictures that we see on the screen, and also to the point of using it in animation as we look to YouTube. So with this, we do have a lot of flexibility with such a limited vocabulary. Now, when I got my first machine, it was an 8-bit machine, and the 16-bit machines had just come out. Now, one thing we need to realize that we hear very common that there is a 32-bit machine and a 64-bit machine, which the newest ones are. Well, this pertains to how memory is used. So 32 bits is one memory location on the computer if it is classified that way. In the same turn, if you have a computer that is 64 bits, that is one location and how much it reads at one time at a real quick glance. So that's all that means. A 32-bit machine and a 64-bit machine is faster because of the number of bits that it's able to read at one time. Now, take notice that we do have information about how the French developed the metric system. Being developed in 1791 by the French, we have a standard throughout the world using the metric system that is not too popular in the United States alone. However, around the world, this is a standard that everybody else in the world is very much accustomed to. So this is why the computers are developed on the metric system. It is a very orderly fashion of developing the graduation of how much information is stored on our hard drives. The metric system works very much like our money system. With our money system, we have pennies, and we have 10 pennies that goes into a dime. We have some more pennies, enough until we get into a dollar, and it'll continue the amount in that succession. Well, the metric system works very much the same way. We have a set of bytes that goes up to 999, and then when there's one more, there is a kilobyte. A kilobyte is 1,000 bytes. It is signified by a KB, or kilobyte. Next, when we get 1,000 kilobytes, we realize a megabyte, and we look at that as an MG. Now, in connection, the same progress will take us to a gigabyte. 1,000 megabytes will give us a gigabyte, and it is signified by a GB. We now are into a terabyte. I do have a hard drive that is a terabyte in size, and it is signified by a TB. Now, a petabyte is 1,000 terabytes, or a PB, and it keeps on going up. Now, these look like some fantastic numbers. When I was in school, we were told that these numbers were so great that we just didn't have to think about it or deal about it, but today it is a reality. Please take notice that the terabyte represents the size of my hard drive, but also take notice it takes this size of a figure to realize what our national debt is. It takes that many zeros to come up with to be one digit of trillion of dollars with our national debt. So just to give you an idea what it is. These figures could be very massive for the imagination to our mind, but the petabyte is much more common than realized. I turned to the resource that was given to me by Wikipedia when looking at petabytes and seeing how they are very much applicable for today. Let me go over it. Teradata Base 12 has the capacity of 50 petabytes of compressed data. Now, compressed data is a way of storing data on the drive in a smaller amount of space than it would be if it was a full span. Google will process 24 petabytes every day of information as everybody does their searches on the web. Meanwhile, AT&T has about 19 petabytes of data transferred through their networks every day. Now, in physics, the 4 experiments in the Large Hadron Cold Air will produce about 15 petabytes of data per year, which will be distributed over LHC computing grids. Now, in dealing with the climates, the German's Climate Computing Center has a storage capacity of 60 petabytes. Now, as of June 2010, that's last year, the person-to-person networks, IsoHunt has about 10.8 petabytes of file contained in torrents indexed globally. Now, Archives is also Internet Archive contains about 3 petabytes of data and is growing at the rate of about 100 terabytes per month as of March 2009. Now, when dealing with games or even on the films, I got some very interesting things. The World of Warcraft, which is a very popular game with the young people, utilizes 1.3 petabytes of storage to maintain its game. Now, there's also Valve Steam delivers 20 petabytes of content monthly. Now, with the films, the most popular movie, Avatar, in 2009 is reported to have taken over a petabyte of storage at Wet Digital for the rendering of the 3D CGI effects. That's only a part of the movie. So can you imagine how much information is being stored in this capacity? Well, it looks like I'm running out of time again. And I do want to show you about how to use the search engine on Windows XP and how to find files that you forget where you store them, or haven't used them for such a long time. And this is a very useful tool, and it is applicable for all of the versions of Windows, and it is really streamlined in Windows 7, that a search is very commonly used to find your files. So continue on with the next section with part, it'll be number 5. Wow. And be able to learn about this very useful tool. Remember, this is not for credit at the class. You do have to attend the class on Thursdays, and we have 2 classes at 1:30 and 3 o'clock, and it has become most active. Many people are looking to learn things, and I'm just happy to see so many people turn out. However, don't forget to go to the next slide and get the continuation of this particular subject.